doing today. So here we have the Hornady, the League Classic loader. It's got everything you need with it. So over there, so there we're going to need this, and I forgot my shell casings in the truck, so we're going to walk around there and go get those real quick. I hope everyone's doing well today. So recently I lost my job, and it's been a pretty horrible experience. If I'm being honest, it's the first time in my life I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and it's pretty scary, to be completely honest. I have been putting in job applications. There we go. Got the brass. Let me show you what's going on back here. All right, so we are going to be reloading some 9mm. So I lost my job this past weekend, which fucking sucked. That'll do. So this is your decapping bit right here. After that, we are going to take, and this is how you resize the bullet. You see how it doesn't quite fit in there. So this is how we're going to resize the bullet with the League Classic loader. So nice and flush. That's how you want it. Nice and flush. And then you want to set it on your decapping die right here and grab this right here. This resizes the bullet for you. Tap it back out of there. Stubborn. There it goes. Alright, so this is resized. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take our powder, and this here is using the Hornady Tight Group. And we're going to be using 3.6 grains. So we're at 2.9. Ah, too far. Get out of here. Get out of here. So this is our deep priming tool right here. Stick that in there, give it a little taparoo. Deep primed. As you can see, deep primed. Oh boy, oh boy. Come on now. Toss that one. Alright, so what we're doing here is we are de-priming, getting ready for resizing. All that entails you take your de-priming tool, your shell casing, line it up, do a tap, that's it, de-primed. And now for resizing, that's what this here is. This is for resizing. You want it flush. There she is. Got the old flusheroo right there. Nice and flush, as you can see. And we will take this, like that, grab it out. And now what we're going to do is we need 3.6 grains of powder, which I'm doing off the, there we go. So we want 3.6 grains of tight group. Yes, so I lost my job this past weekend. And that's the first time in my life I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I worked for this company for 15 years. Yeah, I worked for this company for 15 years, and then, well, I lost my job. All right, we are at 3.5 grains of powder, so that will do it. So we got 3.5 grains of tight group right here. Go ahead and dump that down in here. So 3.5 grains of tight group. Now we're going to take this here, we're going to drop her in. Then we have our setting tool. It goes right there. We just want to tap it down. There you go. All right, on to the next one, shall we? Yeah, so I lost my job this past Saturday. I think I've mentioned that a few times now, but I'm lingering on it. No, Anyone that's watching can probably relate to that. But I worked for this company for 15 years. And I tell you, man, I went out of my way. I wanted to quit that job a long, long time ago, but I didn't. Now, this right here, this doesn't come with a burring tool, but you have to chamfer your rounds. And they'll tell you to go ahead and use a knife. And that just makes a little bevel on the inside here. I'm pretty sure you can't see that, but there's just a little chamfer on the inside of this bullet casing here. So now that we have deprimed, what we're going to do is we're going to resize. Almost flush. Let's get out the steel hammer here real quick. All right. Now you see how you got it flush there. Now you want to grab your plunger here, tap it back out. And now that is resized and ready to prime and reload. So let's get a primer. We have Winchester primers here. Just one for now. We got one Winchester primer right there. And now, the cool thing about the Lee loader is, check out this bad boy. The primer sets right there. Where did I set it at? Gag nabbit. Bugger, where did I put it at? I misplaced it. It's because I got a mess out here, that's why. Where the hell did it go? From the halls of Montana and the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles on the air, land, and the sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title. Well, damn, where did it go? Where in the fuck did I put it? All right, let's start moving stuff around here till we find it. Jar of bullets. There it is. We've already deprimed, so now what we're going to do, we're going to resize. You can see how the bullet doesn't sit flush in there, but you take your hammer, smack it on a solid surface there, nice and flush. And now the cool thing about the Lee loader is if you take and you set it right here. Now as you can see, I got a primer right there. So I got a primer right there, already ready to go. Put the resizing chamber over it. Now I want to drop this down into the bullet. Okay. Now I want to take my mallet, and this is how you reprime the bullet. Bingo, bongo, reprimed, and ready to go. So now that we got that done, we are going to weigh out our powder charge. And now weighing out your powder charge can inherently be very dangerous, okay? So you do want to be careful. You want to use proper load data. If you don't use proper load data, this shit can blow up in your fucking face. So you want to use proper load data. You want to scale. You don't want to use here. We're going to zero that out. And then we're going to take our Hortity tight group right here. And we're going to use 3.6 grains. So 3.6 grains, that's for a 124 grain 9mm bullet. Full metal jacket with Winchester primers. So we got 1.9, 2.1. We are at 3.1. Now this is where it gets tricky because this adds up quick in grains. 3.4. 5. Oh boy. Oh, 3.7. Went a little over. That's okay. That's not near. Oh, 3.6 is what it's reading out right now. So that's cool. So 3.6. So we'll grab. There you go. So here's our primed casing. We're going to put it back into the sleeve here. Okay. Now, primed casing back into the sleeve. We're going to add our powder. And then we're going to take our 124 grain full metal jacket and drop it in there. She is. And we're going to take this that's already set to depth for us. We're going to take it. And we're going to take our caliber and check our overall length. Because can't have it too long. 0 on 0. We got 1.148, which is exactly what we was hoping for. Now that that's done, we got to chamfer the end of the bullet. And the way you do that, set the bullet back in here again. And if you notice, this end of the loader is, put that on there. We'll just give it a good. And as you can see, that round got ruined during the crimp. There it is. You can see right there. Got ruined during the crimp. And that's a shame. That's like 30 cents down the drain right there. So I'm pretty sure that no one's here, but so I'm pretty sure that nobody's here. But I lost my job this past weekend, and I've been hunting. I had prospects, but none of them panned out, unfortunately. And I worked for the company for 15 years. 15 years of my life down the drain. But it just taught me a valuable lesson. Don't ever be loyal to a company. Yep. Don't ever be loyal to a company, because a company won't be loyal to you. Those are lessons to live by right there. And never again in my life will I ever be loyal to a company. I will chase the money from here on out, because being loyal to a company gets you exactly fuck all. You can be loyal to a company if you want. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you that if it comes down to it, that company will let you go without a second thought, without a moment of hesitation. The company doesn't give a shit. They care about overhead, and they expect us to be loyal. So companies expect us to be loyal, but they have zero loyalty for their employees. So going forward in life, never be loyal to a company, because that company will not be loyal to you. And here we have the resized and primed casing. So resized and primed, ready to weigh out our powder. We're going to do 3.6 grains of tight group. 3.6 grains of tight group for 124 grain FMJ. So let's get that going. 3.6. Oh, let's zero you out because you're not zeroed out. 3.6 grains. So we are at 3.2. We'll go 3.5. That's a good number right there. Lower is better. You can always add more and adjust your load data down the line. So 3.5. There you go. There you go. Now we're going to add our quantity tight group. Goes right here into the lee loader. There we go. We are going to drop in one of our bullets now. So 124 grain full metal jacket. Here's our setting tool. It's already set to the depth we want, but we still going to double check. You always double check. So set that bullet real quick. Give her a check. Look over her real quick. Looks good. Let's check our length. Zero this out real quick. Open her up. And we are setting right at 1151.5. Good length. And now we want to crimp, because if you don't crimp, your bullet will fall out. So we're going to crimp. The lee loader has a edge to crimp. As you can see, it's chamfered in there. Just set this down. You give it one or two good little pecks. Nice little crimp on it. And this was 3.5 grains of tight group, 124 grain with a Winchester primer. So there we go. Let's go ahead and crimp it. Yeah, right there. Let's check our measurements here. One 1152.5. Perfect, right there. 9mm crimped Winchester primer, 3.5 grains of tight group with 124 grain full metal jacket projectile. One down, a billion to go. Let's deprime another. I'm going to be quitting here soon. I know I just get on here to talk to myself, but if anyone is there, I hope you're well. I hope whatever you're going through gets easier. And well, no matter what you're going through, things get better. Never forget that. Sometimes life is a bitch, and it really does know how to throw it to you. But life always gets better. If you can see now, that's flush, so that bullet has been resized. Set that down there. So now we're going to set our primer up to be set, which our primers are right here. We have Winchester primers. We'll take in just one of them. It's a pain in the ass to get just one out. Now this is a priming tool from Lee. This is for the classic loader. I personally think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. You can see the primer sits right in there, nice and easy. And you take the same tool that you resized it with, and you set it right here. It sets perfectly there. They send you this jamming rod right here. You drop her on in there. Now you're going to hear a difference in sound when you set that primer. And just like that, primer set. And now that that's done, we are going to go ahead and load up a bullet. So, primer's all set. Now we just need to load out our powder real quick. So, just set our scale right here. Set our device right here. Clear, clear. So 3.6 grains is what it calls for. We're going to do 3.5 because you can always add later if you don't like the way it shoots. Oh, that's way much. So got 3.2 grains. Damn it. .5 grains. That's exactly what we was going for right there. So we got 3.5 grains going in. And now we are going to double check the size of it real quick, because last thing you want is too short or too long. You don't want pressure spikes. That shit will get the bullet to explode in your gun. Never a good thing. So we've got 1151. Perfect. So now we're going to put a crimp on. And how do you put a crimp, you might ask? Well, easy peasy. You take this here, this little bad boy right here, hold it nice and straight. Just like that, you've got a crimped bullet. Ready for the range. This has about 26,000 PSI in the barrel, which is not bad. Comes out at about 1,150 feet per second. So, and this is all with the Lee Classic Loader. Awesome little tool to have. Bare bones reloading. If you're looking to get reloading and you're on a budget, this is the way to do it. Cheapest way. This costs like 36 bucks. Comes with everything you need except for a pair of calibers and a scale. I recommend the scale. Don't just trust in the scoop they send. Depending on what you're using, Tight Group is a powder, like the powder that I'm using. Tight Group is a lot more volatile than a lot of other powders. So it's good to just have your scale, weigh out what you're working with, go from there. This is it. Perfect. Nice little rundown of how to use it. And because this is by hand, you can fuck them up. This is the one that we fucked up earlier. You can see what happened during the crimp. Just fucking destroyed it. So I'm gonna have to take this apart later so I can reuse it. Anyways, everyone, it was a pleasure. Oh, there's two people. Look at that. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you listening to me vent about all the shit going on, and well, I enjoyed reloading for a little bit. For the little bit that we got done, it's very disorganized today. I appreciate anyone that showed up, even if you was just here for a second. Stay strapped, stay dangerous, stay free, and God bless you. And how do you stop this thing? Yep, I would like to stop streaming. All right, guys, stay strapped, stay dangerous, stay free. God bless you. I appreciate you, even if you only stopped in for a second. Thank you for listening to me vent about all the shit going on in my life.